This video, I'm going to be sharing with you a reality transurfing meditation for pure intention. This can absolutely revolutionize the way you go about attracting what you want, and I'm going to share with you a meditation to help you do that. Welcome back to another video. My name is Aaron, and I help people expand their consciousness. Now in this video, I'm going to be sharing with you that of a guided meditation for something that is called pure intention. Now I'm going to explain in the beginning of this video exactly what that is, why it is so, can't really say important because that would kind of defeat the purpose, but I'll show you what I mean here in a second, but why it is so powerful, and it is something that aligns us with the best version of ourselves using these reality transurfing ideas I'm going to be sharing with you. Now, as you know, in a lot of the videos I've been doing, what I do is I do 5-10 minutes of the explanation, then we wire in that idea with a guided meditation that will help us to give ourselves permission to be how we prefer to be. Now, if you don't know already, I've shared reality transurfing quite a bit on this channel. I think I looked at the playlist the other day and there's 87 videos on reality transurfing. And I have about another 50 or 60 videos that are ready to come out that are kind of on the sidelines. So there's going to be quite a bit. And just to give it a little bit of a basis or a little bit of context for what it is, I believe that reality transurfing is one of the most powerful manifestation processes that I've ever found. And it makes it easier. It's a manifestation process. It's also a philosophy or a way for seeing the world. And what it does is it makes it easier for us to give ourselves permission to be the way we prefer to be. Now with reality transurfing, there's this awareness that there's an infinite number of parallel realities that exist, and that every moment we are shifting through them. So the idea is that we don't have to try to create what we want in our life, because what we want to create in our life already exists in what is called the alternative space. The alternative space can be thought of as an infinite number of parallel realities that exist. And because it already exists, what we can learn to do is to model the behaviors, the actions, and the emotions and the thoughts of that version of us. And as we do so, we do something that is called gliding through the space of variations. That's actually what transurfing means. If you look at the word transurfing, it implies surfing. Surfing through the space of variations, surfing through the parallel realities that exist to the one that you want to experience. And there is this understanding of what is called a balance of coordination, which means a balance of energy along the way, so that you're not trying so hard, it's not so jagged, it's something that you can more so allow. So for this process, there is this understanding of what is called importance. Now, anytime we give something excess importance or excess meaning, we give it too much importance, and that will cause resistance. It can either be negative resistance as in negative emotion, or just negative resistance as in stress. But regardless, anything that we make really important, we, metaphorically speaking, will bring in these balancing factors that will come into play to balance that out. That's the analogy that's given in the book. So for example, you may have experienced this anytime you put someone on a pedestal. If you put someone on a pedestal you had a crush with, you then see that normally what happens is either something happens to where it doesn't go well, maybe they're just not attracted, or it's just something happens that kind of knocks it down, that knocks the possibility down. Well, the reason being is because anything that we put on a pedestal or we give excess meaning, too much importance, we immediately, that has to balance itself out. And normally the way it balances itself out is it takes it away from us. That's why anything we really want, normally vibrationally, we are also saying we really don't currently have it. So unless the want implies the action and the energy moving in that direction, or unless the want is turned into intention, which is what we're talking about in this video, desire in itself under the reality transurfing philosophy isn't what is powerful unless the desire is translated into that of intention. Now, what's the difference? Desire is something that you want. It is something that you feel from within that is almost like a gap between where you are to where you want to be. And intention is like this, it can cause the energy to move, which can sometimes be a good thing, but normally that is not the case. And that's what's normally taught in most law of attraction teachings, that desire is something that is really good. And it's not really about good or bad, because that's dualistic polarization of thinking. It's more about, does this serve me? If the desire gets you to take action and gets you to put yourself in that energy state, then it translates you into that, and then the energy can start to move. But the idea under reality transurfing is desire in itself is not powerful. If I have a desire to put up my hand right now, and I'm like, I really desire to put it up, I really want to put it up, I really want to put it up, but I don't do it, then there's no power in that. But if I were to say, okay, I'm going to translate that into intention, I intended to put my hand up, then I actually move along the process. So this is more about intention. You can think, I intended ... What do you intend for? If you simply set more intentions in your life, you will begin to experience more of what you want in your life. Think of intentions as ways of increasing probability. There's an infinite number of probability that exists. We're constantly shifting through different parallel realities, but when we set intentions, we increase the probability of what we want to actually happening. And that's why there's something that in reality transurfing called the slide technique, where you imagine one frame of reality of what you want to experience. You imagine that frame of reality, and you put your eyes as if like you're there. You see through your own vision as if you're there, and you embody the feelings, the emotions, and that version of you. And as you do that, every day for a few times a day, you start to bring characteristics of that reality in that alternative space, because it already exists right now, into your present life. So this is about understanding the energy dynamics of manifestation, not just, I got to think about it. It has a little bit more to do with the balance of energy, the balance of not desiring too much to where you say, I lack it, but also at the same time of intending for it by understanding that you can have whatever you want. So knowing you can have whatever you want, you don't have to try so hard. You can more so allow things to happen. It brings in this kind of beautiful part of almost like what you would think of with Abraham Hicks when it comes to allowing things to happen. It brings in that philosophy as well into the process of knowing it already exists, and all you have to do is intend for it. Set intentions. Now, here's the thing, and here's what this video will do for you. Normally, what we may do is we may say certain intentions are harder for us because we have less believability with it. So for example, if I would say I intend to make $1 million tomorrow, there's a lot of resistance with that because I don't even know if in one day I could make $1 million. I know it is possible for people to make $1 million in a day. I don't doubt that. But I don't have the reference experience for making $1 million in one day. Therefore, that may be something that I have resistance towards, or that it's not as easy for me to intend for. Now, actually under reality transurfing philosophy anyways, you don't ever want to make the money the goal. You want the goal to be something that's connected to your heart, because that's where the power is. It's on this. The energy of your heart is what will move you in the direction you're supposed to be going in. Whereas the head thinks it wants the money, but the money is just a symbol. The money equals the freedom. The money equals the emotion that we think it gives us. But the key is being connected to our heart at the same time. But just using the money analogy, just because it's something that a lot of people can relate to, I would give the more meaning to making $1 million than making $1,000. Now that's something that most people do. Most people say, hey, it's easier to make $10 or to attract $10 than it is to attract $10 million, which is the case. But in the alternative space, the more we delineate the difference between those two, the more gap we create and the more we solidify the parallel reality we're currently in, where it is much more easily to attract that of $10. So the key is to drop the labels, to drop the definitions, and to link up our self-image to what is natural for the best version of us. So a pure intention, now let me explain that. A pure intention would be that of me putting up my arm right now. Pure intention. There is no excess meaning. I don't doubt it. I'm not like, can I put up my hand right now? Am I good enough? Am I worthy enough to put my hand up right now? I don't even have to think about it. In the book Reality Transurfing, Vadim Zeland uses the analogy of going out and getting newspaper in the morning that's on your driveway. Now, or to a newsstand, because he's from Russia, so I don't know if they have driveways. But if he were to go and get a newspaper and come back, now of course we don't really do this because it's a little bit different times now. People would just go on their iPads or whatever. But if you just went out to the newspaper stand, got the newspaper and came back, that would be pure intention, because it's not, can I go to the newspaper? Am I able to grab it? Am I able to pay for it? Am I able to give it, 10 cents or whatever it was back in the day at least? Or go out to my driveway and pick up the newspaper? Is this something I can do? So it's a new perspective that says, okay, what is pure intention? I'm going to go to my kitchen right now, get a glass of water. That's pure intention. Do I doubt whether I can do it? Do I have to question myself? So do you see what I mean? That's pure intention. But when we have an intention of something that we haven't done before, can I go up to that to that girl and talk to her? Can I do that? Because there's this doubt, am I good enough? Am I this? Is myself, am I worthy? Do you see what I mean? We come up with all these stories in our mind, these stories that say, am I good enough? Is this the way it can be? When everything is fundamentally neutral, but we give it meaning that's more important than it has to be. So what pure intention does is it takes out the excess meaning and it links us up to the version of us where that is natural. So there is a version of you and there is a version of me that is able to make $10,000 a day in the alternative space, even $1 million a day. And if we can link up with what that version of us, how that version of us feels, thinks, is in that parallel reality, we begin to see that their version of their pure intention, they can actually have a pure intention for making $1 million a day, or for them doing what they're passionate about, because money shouldn't be the goal, because the money is just a side effect of us doing what we love. So if we see that though, we can then see how can we link up our self-image and how can we feel the same way about getting a newspaper to attracting $10,000 in a day. There is a version of us where that is the case. And as someone who has become much more abundant in the last year, I'll tell you that the difference between making $200 a day, $500 a day, $1,000 a day, and even $15,000 to $20,000 a day, it doesn't feel that much different, especially once you get to that place, because I've done that before. And now that I can do it, it's almost like it's just natural. It's a part of my self-image. And I believe that anybody can tap into that, but by becoming the kind of version of them that is in the alternative space of how they prefer to be and choosing to be that version of them now. That's what I've done, is I've shifted myself to that version of me where that is natural. I don't think, oh my God, because we think that the version of us, right? There's a version of us that is natural for. But when we, in our current self-image, look at that version of us that's making $10,000 a day consistently or something like that, we look at that version of us, we think, oh my God, that would be so cool. That would be so amazing. Can you imagine? But for the version of us that's already there, that's like, it's what I do. It's a side effect of me doing what I love. That is who I am. It's not like this huge thing that's put on a pedestal. So it's a funny paradox, but that's the way that it is. So the meditation we're getting ready to do is a shorter meditation, but it's one that will help us to relax and to create that of a natural feeling around our goals. So before we get into the meditation, what I'd like you to do is to imagine a few goals that you have that would be you stretching outside of your comfort zone a little bit. So what I mean is right now, if you make it doesn't have to be a money goal. Money is easiest to talk about because it's the thing that most people want to attract in their life. It's either a relationship or money, I found since having a YouTube channel like I have. So find a goal of something that's stretching outside a little bit for you. So maybe like right now, for my self-image, maybe it'd be a little bit of a stretch for me to say I travel 5 times a week, right? That's a little bit of a stretch for me because I don't do that right now. I travel 5 times a week and I give seminars. That's a little bit of a stretch. But what I could do is realize that there's a version of me that does that naturally and that is just who I am. So I can see that in the alternative space that already exists. Now what you could do is you could know that there's a version of you doing exactly what you want to be doing. Maybe it's making a certain amount, having a certain lifestyle, going full time with your passion. Whatever it is, imagine whatever that is. That feels a little bit uncomfortable, a little bit like it would be so cool if it happened. And if it feels so cool that it happened, then it means there's a little bit excess importance there. And in this meditation, you're going to learn how to transmute that from the excess importance type intention to the pure intention so that you start to actually resonate with it at a deep level. So have that in your mind. What are 1, 2, or 3 different things that you would love to be doing that you think would be so cool if it happened? Because we're going to make that who you are. We're going to make that and help you have the perspective that it is natural for you. Now, when it comes natural for you, it means it's connected to your heart, but it doesn't mean that it is like there's no emotion there. Like we're just a robot. Like, oh, it's not too much meaning. It's not this. It's not that cool. It just is what it is. It means we're still connected to our heart, but it's just natural for who we are. It's just this natural feeling in our heart is just who we are. So just remember that as well. It's not like a numb feeling. It's something that we still connect to. So right now, what I'd like to ask you to do is to take a deep breath in, a deep breath out with me, and just relax with every breath that we take, because we're going to go on a journey of wiring in a new level of pure intention. Let's take a deep breath in right now. Breathe it out. Feel your body relax more and more. And with every breath you take, imagine your body just loosening up, relaxing, and allow yourself to sink into this moment. Now take another deep breath in, deep breath out. And on the breath out, put your hands over your heart. Put your hands over your heart. Now the more you put the awareness over your heart, the more you grow the electromagnetic energy around your body. Your body goes far beyond that of just your skin. Your energy goes far beyond your body. Now anytime you bring the energy into the core of your heart center, you increase your own energy. Now let's take one more deep breath in and out, and on the out breath, if you'd like, you can close your eyes and relax. Feel your body relax as you breathe out, loosening up. Now imagine and feel a warm sensation inside of your head. Imagine your forehead now relaxing. Feel your forehead squeeze and relax. Feel the sensation behind your eyelids. Feel the warmth, feel them loosen up. Feel the sensation in your jaw, loosen up, relax. Put the awareness in your left arm, your left hand. Feel it relax. Your right arm, your right hand, feel it relax. Put the awareness in your chest and imagine that there's a ball of loving energy, of green energy inside of your heart center. Imagine it spinning in a clockwise position, faster and faster. The faster it spins, the more you feel this tingling sensation begin to grow. You feel this love inside of your heart. Put the awareness there and know that you're connecting to your heart in a very powerful way. Now put the awareness into your abdomen. Feel it relax. Your hips. Your left leg and foot. Feel it relax. Your right leg and foot. Feel it relax. Now imagine that there's a wave of relaxation that flows through your whole body and that emits out of your heels. And imagine you are letting go of any excess energy out of the heels of your feet. Energy is flowing through your body. You are letting go of excess energy, excess importance. You're letting go of what no longer serves. Now imagine that you're sitting in a very beautiful place. This could be a place indoors, outdoors, wherever you like. It could be in a forest, at a beach, in a relaxing room. Whatever your place is, this is a place you can always come back to just relax and go inwards. Notice what you see as you look around. Imagine those colors and what you can see becoming brighter and much more vivid. What do you hear in this environment? Imagine those sounds becoming louder and louder. Notice how relaxed you feel. Now notice that about 15 feet away, you notice that there is a chair. And this chair to you represents something that you can sit down in to become very clear on certain things. Now, we're going to begin to walk in the direction of this chair. This chair is about 10 small steps away. What we're going to do is we're going to take these 10 small steps. With every step we take, I'm going to count down from 10 to 1. You're going to feel yourself relax, become more centered into your heart center, knowing that you can feel as the best version of you. Let's take a step towards this chair. 10, feel yourself becoming more relaxed, more present. 9, 8, feeling yourself double the amount of relaxation with every number I count. 7, 6, feeling an increase in love energy in your heart as you get closer. 5, 4, getting even closer now. 3, almost there. 2, and double the amount of relaxation with 1 at this chair now. Now what we're going to do is we realize that this chair is marked pure intention. This chair, anytime you sit in it, will help you have pure intention for whatever your goals are. For you to understand that it is natural for you to be the kind of person that you prefer. Now go ahead and sit down, turn around, sit down in this chair. And sit down and notice that as your body feels in this chair, you feel so relaxed. You feel yourself in this state of being to where you feel very clear that you can accomplish anything that you want in your life. What this chair helps you to do is to link up with the self-image that you prefer to be and to see things that you do as natural for you. Now, in this chair, imagine yourself. You can close your eyes in this chair. Imagine yourself able to accomplish anything that you'd like. And you're able to feel what it's like for those things to be natural for you. Imagine yourself first doing something very common, something that you would do very often, that's just natural for you now. Imagine yourself going into your kitchen and getting a glass of water, filling it up and drinking it. Notice how natural that feels for you to do. Now notice yourself going for a walk. How natural it is for you to do this. Now notice how natural it is, and imagine yourself calling a friend. You see how natural this is? It's so easy for you. So easy. Natural. So easy. Now imagine yourself accomplishing one of your goals. And imagine as if you're looking through the eyes of that version of you where that just is who you are. It is easy. Imagine how you would feel. Passionate. So easy. Now imagine another one of your goals that you have. And know that right now, in this moment, there is a version of you that exists that is already accomplishing all of that. And for that version of you, it is natural. Begin to look through the eyes of this version of you. Notice how natural it is to accomplish this goal. So natural. Easy. So easy. More and more natural. Now what we are going to do is we are going to shift into this version of us, knowing that as we do this, we carry back that pure intention into everything we do. This meditation will change us in a very positive and powerful way, because we will begin to see things as natural, as easy, and as a part of who we are. Now notice that on the side of this chair there's a dial, and this dial is a shift that will allow you to become that best version of yourself and to merge with that version of you. This dial goes from 1 to 10. And what we are going to do is we are going to move up from 1 to 10 with every number I count. You're going to feel an increase in energy in your body. You're going to feel an increase in the energy in your heart center. And you're going to know that you have shifted in the alternative space to the best version of you, where all of this is pure intention. This will change everything for the better. Now imagine you're putting your hand on this dial and it's at 1. Now imagine going from 1 to 2, feeling more relaxed. With every number I count, double the amount of love in your heart, double the amount of knowing that you have shifted. 3, turn the notch to 4 now. Feel this energy begin to increase in your body, knowing that you are who you prefer to be. 5, 6, 7, feeling an increase in energy, knowing that you are shifting to this version of you. Everything is natural, so easy for you. 8, 9, 10. Here you are now, feeling, knowing that you have just shifted in the alternative space to the best version of you. From this point going forward, you are forever changed for the better. You will find that there are new opportunities you see in your life. You will find that when you set intentions, it's easy, effortless, that you are how you prefer to be, and that from this point going forward, your whole life has changed. Feel this energy in your heart center and know that this is who you prefer to be. Now I'm going to count down from 5 to 1. With every number I count, you're going to feel yourself become more alert, present to the moment, knowing that you have shifted, that things are now pure intention, that it is natural for you to accomplish what you want. 5, feel yourself now become more alert, more present. 4, begin to move around a little bit. 3, begin to wiggle your toes and fingers. 2, and 1, you can open up your eyes now and knowing that you have just shifted, that things are easier than ever for you, and that from this point going forward, you will notice things in your life begin to change because you have just shifted to the best version of you. Know that by the end of the day today, you will notice that this has happened. You will get a sign, a clear sign that says, I have shifted and I am who I prefer to be. And you can give yourself more permission now than ever before to know that things can be easy. So, with all that being said, I also have a free guided meditation that will help you to decrease importance. It's going to be in the top of the description box below. It's something I recommend you listen to that will help you also wire all of this in. This meditation you just heard, I recommend you listen to for 21 days because it will allow you to make that shift and wire it in the deepest way possible. You have already shifted, but if you want to shift more, listen to this for 21 days, I recommend. I'll also be doing more live Q&As on Instagram, so if you have questions about this, if you want to do more live meditations, you can follow me here on Instagram as well. And other than that, I hope you enjoyed this video. Feel free to like this video if you liked it. Go ahead and subscribe as well. The way you see daily YouTube videos that I do is you have to actually push the notification button. That's the way YouTube does things now. So if you want to see those videos, go ahead and click there. I've got a lot more coming. And other than that, as always, peace, much love, and namaste.